other than that, let's see, who else is there? That is the commandant. Let's see. Personal file on the gunner. Let's see, what skills does the gunner have? Concealment, no. Again, firefighting, no. Brothers in arms, yes. Designated target makes the target enemies last 2 more visible seconds. Really, not really that impressive. Armor improves accuracy of a damaged gun. Uh, First aid kit, small first aid kit has the same effect. Deadeye increases the chance to cause damage to enemy vehicles and modules in a crew. That could be helpful. That could be helpful because you want a shot to go in that causes much damage to the crew and causes as much hell as possible, and even modules. That's a very good choice. Snapshot improves the accuracy while rotating of the turret. It's possible. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. But the driver. Concealment, again, no. Firefighting, no. Brothers in arms, yes. Controlled impact, when you want to ram someone. Let's face it, you're a tier, 5 tank now, and you're still a medium and you want to ram something. Yeah, it's not going to happen. If you're going to ram an IO experimental or anything higher than that, you're a fucking moron. Sorry. You're dumb. Because you're talking about a tank the size of a goddamn Japanese house. That's one thing I have to also mention is these super heavies are all fictional in the Japanese line, and they are literally the size of houses. And Wargaming did not include the proper amount of crew needed to operate that vehicle. This thing had an operation crew, I think, of 11 or 12 people inside of it. 11 or 12. Wrap that around your head. 11 or 12 versus the 6 that's in there. That's half. That's crazy. Anyway, but ramming, you don't ram nothing in a Panzer III-4. No. I ram like hell in armored warfare because you're a heavy, especially in MBTs. You ram something, you actually can do damage. It's nothing that's catastrophic. I mean, it's not like you're gonna ram someone, half their life is gone. I've seen matches where some guy's driving by in, I don't know, some mega heavy tank over here, and he just clips the tank, and 90% of his life is gone. Dude, you're going like 5 miles an hour or less, and you just clip that guy's life off with just tapping him. That's insane. Off-road driving reduces ground resistances. It could be it could pay off. And one thing I do have to mention is do not ever buy the equipment of additional grousers. Grousers are sort of like cleats for a football player. It helps with ground traction, and you're digging in, moving around. But the problem here is football players don't put on cleats that weigh 1 ton once assembled. The grousers are literally 1 ton. So if you're dealing with a tank that has a slow movement speed or a really bad horsepower to engine power ratio going there, you're putting a massive strain on your engine already. And throwing that on will slow you down. I can't imagine any player so far that I've spoken to about World of Tanks that would put grousers on, let's say, a Matilda. Matilda's slow. Why the hell would you want to throw that on there? Better ground resistance for what? Your engine's already dying as it is. It's trying to climb up a hill. The grousers? Nah, I would never. And I'm not a pro at this, but I think an average person or a new person just coming into playing this, I think they would kind of understand where I'm coming from. You don't want to strain the engine this much already. Alright, smooth ride improves accuracy while firing on the move. This can be actually quite helpful. Would I suggest this as a perk or a skill? Yes, I would actually. Again, skill comes in effect after the training starts. The effects increases with each skill, so it's not bad. So as you're moving along and upgrading and playing matches in this thing, you can actually get better at it, and you see the effect eventually build up. Preventive maintenance reduces the chance of an engine fire to prevent gas or oil leakage in the engine compartment. Yeah, ammo racked, you're pretty much screwed at this point. Getting ammo racked sucks. That, not really. Clutch braking increases traverse speed. I guess it's applicable. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing fantastic. Alright. How about... I already just did the driver. What am I doing? A radio operator. Repairs. You could do it. I mean, repairs could be a viable option. I mean, no one likes a busted up tank. Concealment, again, Panzer 3-4, no. Firefighting, no. Brothers in Arms, yes. My suggestion is get a skill that is slowly building up over time. Maybe like repairs first, and then when you get to the top 100% trained and start at the next one, maybe switch it out for Brothers in Arms. So you don't have to grind through Brothers in Arms without a benefit, you know what I mean? Because this only kicks in after your crew's at 100%. Extra vents, always, always, always. Anything to improve the gun handling, the speed, ground resistance, turret rotation, traverse of the tank itself. Anything that increases that is a major yes. Alright, radio operator. Call for vengeance. How come I have not heard of this before? Enables radio operator who survives the destruction of his vehicle to report the enemy positions for another 2 seconds. What a waste of goddamn skill. I mean, you're dead and it allows you to pinpoint the target for another 2 seconds. Big deal. I mean, what a waste. That really is a waste. I mean, this would have been so much better if this was one of those skills like in Armored Warfare where you could... what is the word they call it? It's not initiate. It's identify, or there's something that a light tank does. It's like a special gift that light tanks have. And is it light tanks or is it just IFVs? It's either IFVs or light tanks. I haven't played some of those in a while, but mostly playing MBTs and AW. But one of them identifies the target, and that target stays hidden. They have no ability to be camoed at all, but play the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. Call for vengeance, waste. Signal boosting, yeah, okay. Relaying, yeah, okay. Nothing that I would say is over the top. Okay, let's see here. The loader concealment. Really? Again, no. Firefighting, no. Brothers in Arms, ding ding ding, got a winner. Loader. Intuition creates a chance that the loader will promptly switch between shell types either while the gun is loaded or during the loading process. Now, how does this actually work? Does that mean that it switches out, like if you're using HE, they'll switch over to AP to deal with a target that is meant to be HE or AP? How does that work? You also, I would imagine, need to have APCR or whatever the tank's special ammunition is. How does that work? I've never really wanted this skill. Is it just randomly he whip out a shell from a secret compartment he's hiding somewhere and loads it into the gun and says, "There you go, APCR, free one on me"? You know, I don't know how that works. Adrenaline rush accelerates gun loading if the vehicle has less than 10% of his hit points. It can be good because I've had matches where I have been less than 10% of my life and survived. It could be possible, but this is like very later on your skills to consider. I mean, it's not It's really not something I would automatically. Safe stowage, increase ammo rack durability. The shells do not come in contact with each other. Chances are targets at tier 5 that are hitting you and you get ammo racked pretty much means you're dead. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. The armor on some tanks is not good enough to take a shot to the ammo rack and survive. I've had ammo racks happen, and all that does is reduce your loading time until it gets fixed. And having a reduced reload time, it's detrimental. It really is. But I could see the possibility for safe stowage. And I think what they're trying to insinuate here is increased durability of the ammo rack, and shells do not come in contact with each other, because the last thing you want are shells hitting each other when they fall off your broken ammo rack. Is a no-no. You don't want to bang two shells, especially tank shells, against each other, because you might accidentally ignite one, and the last thing you want is a tank shell exploding inside your tank. The disaster of that would be catastrophic. You know, with that known, with that being said, I can't imagine what life as a tanker during World War II really was like. I mean, the type of ammo that was coming in, shooting at you, like HE, you had a shell that either penetrated you or blasted the outside of the tank, and if it penetrated, your crew would become crispy critters really quick. Punch a hole, explode. I can't imagine how horrible that is. I give kudos to these tank drivers in World War II. Balls the size of grapefruits and brass made, man. This stuff, it's kind of terrifying. You're seeing a tank coming at you, and you don't know if its gun is going to go through your armor or whatnot. And I think that's more so, especially if you know already the tank that's shooting back at you is going to go through. Like the British during the African campaign, when Rommel took the 88s and started to point them at tanks. There was no question in mind. Those 88s were blowing through targets. I mean, they were splitting Matildas in half like a hot knife through butter. And those were the Matilda was known as the Queen of the Desert at the time because it was an awesome tank for the desert stuff. It had the armor. It could take the shots against Panzer IVs and Panzer IIIs and Panzer IIs and whatnot. But as soon as Rommel brought down those guns and started shooting them, I'm pretty sure every one of those tankers had a straight case of diarrhea the next day if they survived. I can't imagine that. It's a nightmare. Wow, that's all I can think of. It's a straight up nightmare. Anyway, I've ranted on enough about this and that about the tanks. Let's see. Let's go back to the Panzer III-4 here. Would I suggest this tank? Jingles at one point said, this is a complete garbage and crap tank. Me, I wouldn't say it's complete crap. You want complete crap, you go to the DW2. The DW2, the Durchwagen 2, is utter garbage. It really is. And to compare this to that, it's an insult. It's a really bad insult, and I don't think it's fair or just. I mean, this tank is not going to survive blasts and whatnot. Remember, you're just a backup tank for heavy tanks. You're a medium tank. Fast moving, get around, shoot the guy in the ass, shoot him in the side. That's what you're supposed to be doing. This is just, I don't know. Would I suggest this tank? Yes. Hands down, yes. If you want to know how to play a medium, pull the tank up. It's not going to take up too many hits to get killed or whatnot, but at the same time, it's the epitome of a medium tank. I'm sorry, it's the epitome of an